Hello, smart garden family. You know, if you've been watching your indoor plants barely hanging on, with leaves yellowing despite your best efforts, and growth that seems permanently stunted, I need you to understand something crucial. It's probably not your fault. The real culprit is hiding right beneath the surface in what we've been told is good enough soil. The hidden problem sabotaging your indoor garden is something most gardeners don't realize. Store-bought potting soil is, well, essentially a dead medium. Yes, it drains well and holds some moisture, but it lacks the living, breathing ecosystem that plants evolved to thrive in. Walk into any forest, lift the leaf litter, and you'll find dark, spongy, impossibly rich soil teeming with life. That's forest floor humus, and it's the gold standard that indoor plants desperately crave but rarely receive. When you understand that plants in nature never grow in sterile conditions, everything changes. They grow in living soil where thousands of species of bacteria, fungi, and other microorganisms break down organic matter into plant-available nutrients continuously. This biological activity creates soil structure, improves moisture retention, and establishes a protective barrier against pathogens. Understanding the three essential components, the foundation of authentic forest floor soil rests on three deceptively simple ingredients: sugar, leaf litter, and local microbes. Each plays an irreplaceable role in creating the thriving soil ecosystem your indoor plants need. Sugar serves as rocket fuel for beneficial microorganisms, giving them the energy burst they need to multiply rapidly and establish dominance in your soil before any harmful organisms can take hold. Leaf litter provides the carbon-rich organic matter that forms the backbone of forest soil. Unlike the peat moss or coir in commercial mixes, leaf litter comes preloaded with the complex compounds that beneficial fungi specialize in breaking down. As these leaves decompose slowly over time, they create the spongy, water-retentive structure that characterizes true humus while feeding your plants continuously. Local microbes are the magic ingredient that transforms dead organic matter into living soil. When you collect soil and leaf litter from a healthy forest floor, you're harvesting billions of beneficial organisms that have evolved in your specific climate and ecosystem. The white, thread-like fungal networks you'll see in healthy forest soil are particularly valuable. These mycorrhizal fungi form partnerships with plant roots, extending their reach and dramatically improving nutrient and water uptake. Step 1. Collecting your forest floor foundation. Your journey begins in a local forest or wooded area where you have permission to collect materials. Look for spots beneath deciduous trees where leaf litter has accumulated naturally, avoiding areas near roads or potential contamination sources. The ideal collection site has visible white fungal threads running through the upper layers of decomposing leaves. This indicates a thriving microbial community. Collect about 2 to 3 handfuls of this material, making sure to get both the partially decomposed leaves and a small amount of the dark soil directly beneath them. Timing really matters when you're out there collecting forest materials. You see, early spring and fall are the seasons that offer the richest microbial diversity. These transition times support the most active decomposition. What you're aiming for is material that feels just slightly damp, kind of like a wrung-out sponge, and carries that distinctive earthy smell of healthy soil. Now, if you happen to come across areas with visible mushrooms or shelf fungi, you're in luck. These spots are particularly rich in beneficial organisms. Step 2, folks, is creating your microbial activator solution. Once you've collected your forest materials, the next step involves creating a nutrient solution that will explode your microbial population. Start with 1 gallon of dechlorinated water. This is critical because chlorine in tap water will kill the very organisms you're trying to cultivate. Let tap water sit uncovered for 24 hours, or use collected rainwater if available. To this water, add 2 to 3 tablespoons of unsulfured molasses or organic brown sugar, stirring until completely dissolved. Place your collected forest materials in a container with a loose-fitting lid, and add enough of your sugar solution to dampen everything thoroughly, without creating standing water. The mixture should feel moist throughout but not dripping wet. Position your container in a warm location between 75 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit, as warmth accelerates microbial activity significantly. Over the next 5 to 7 days, open the container daily to allow gas exchange and assess progress. You'll notice the mixture developing a sweet, earthy smell, not unpleasant but distinctly biological. This indicates successful fermentation and microbial growth. If any ammonia or rotten smell develops, you've added too much moisture. Simply add dry leaves to absorb excess water and restore balance. Step 3. Building your complete indoor forest soil mix. After your microbial activator has fermented for about a week, it's time to create your complete growing medium. For every gallon of traditional potting mix, or a combination of coir and perlite, you'll want to incorporate approximately 1 cup of your activated forest material. This ratio gives enough beneficial organisms to colonize the entire mix, while still maintaining proper drainage and structure. The base mix itself, honestly, matters tremendously for success. You'll want to combine equal parts quality compost, coconut coir, and perlite or pumice as your foundation. The compost provides immediate nutrition and beneficial organisms, coir offers excellent moisture retention without compaction, and perlite ensures adequate drainage and air spaces for root growth. Into this foundation, just fold your activated forest material, distributing it evenly throughout. As you mix, you might notice those valuable white fungal threads spreading through the blend, and this is exactly what you want to see. Let your completed mix rest for about 3 to 5 days before planting, allowing the microbial communities to establish throughout the medium. During this maturation period, you'll want to keep the soil lightly moist and warm. You'll notice the mix developing that characteristic forest floor smell, rich, earthy, and complex. This is a great sign since it indicates that decomposition has begun and your soil ecosystem is truly alive. Once you've planted into your forest soil mix, maintenance becomes about sustaining the living ecosystem you've created, rather than just watering and fertilizing. It's best to water less frequently but more deeply, letting the top inch dry between waterings to encourage deep root growth. The increased organic matter in your soil retains moisture far better than conventional mixes, so you'll likely water 30 to 40% less often than before. Remember to feed your soil ecosystem, not just your plants, by top dressing with a thin layer of fresh leaf litter every few months. As this breaks down, it continuously replenishes organic matter and provides food for your microbial workers. You can also water occasionally with a diluted molasses solution, 1 tablespoon per gallon of water, to give your beneficial organisms an energy boost. Monitor your plants for the transformation that follows. Within weeks, you'll notice more vigorous growth, deeper green foliage, and increased resilience to stress. Plants may even demonstrate improved pest and disease resistance, as the competitive environment created by beneficial microbes leaves less opportunity for pathogens to establish. The results: witnessing indoor forest magic. The transformation this simple recipe produces never fails to amaze gardeners who try it. Plants that struggled for months suddenly push new growth enthusiastically. Leaf color deepens and intensifies. Root systems explode with new development. Perhaps most remarkably, plants simply become healthier and more self-sufficient, requiring less intervention because their needs are met by the living soil ecosystem supporting them. This isn't temporary improvement from synthetic fertilizers. This is sustained, long-term plant health built on the foundation of how plants evolve to grow. Your indoor forest soil will actually improve over time as organic matter continues breaking down, microbial populations stabilize and diversify, and fungal networks expand throughout your containers. If this guide has opened your eyes to the power of recreating natural forest conditions indoors, please subscribe to Smart Garden and share this video with fellow plant lovers who deserve thriving indoor jungles rather than struggling plants. Together, we're growing more than plants. We're cultivating understanding of the living systems that make all growth possible. Now get out there and build some forest soil.